Hi, I'm Dave Borka. I serve as a parliamentarian for the Southeast Minnesota Synod. I'm also a member of Our Savior's Lutheran Church in Faribault. As we head toward the 2023 Synod Assembly, the Synod Council wants to provide for increased informed engagements with all resolutions that come before the Assembly. Resolutions that meet the submission deadline of March 15th will come before the Assembly voting members on Saturday, May 6th. And here's our plan for giving you, the people of the Synod, clear ways of being part of that process. The process for submitting a resolution for consideration by the Assembly can happen in a number of ways. By majority vote of a congregation of the Synod at a regular or special meeting of that congregation. By approval by a 2/3 vote of a congregational council. By majority vote of a committee of the Southeastern Minnesota Synod. By majority vote of a conference assembly. By a group of at least 10 members of congregations of the Southeastern Minnesota Synod elected to serve as voting members of the forthcoming Synod Assembly, or by a group of at least 10 clergy voting members under call, sitting lay council members, or other non-elected voting members at the time of the forthcoming Synod Assembly. Resolutions must be received by March 15th each year for the Committee on Reference and Counsel to engage in the review process. For further details on the process of submitting a resolution, go to semnsynod.org, click on Events, where you'll find a link to the 2023 Southeast Minnesota Synod Assembly. Resolutions will be made public on April 15th at the Synod website for people to review. On Wednesday, April 26th at 7 p.m., the Reverend Dr. Scott Olson, Chair of the Reference and Counsel Committee, and authors of any resolution submitted by March 15th, will be hosting a Reference and Counsel caucus via Zoom. This will be a space for Pastor Scott and the authors to answer questions about resolutions and the process by which a resolution is reviewed by the Reference and Counsel Committee. Those intending to participate in the Synod Assembly as a voting member are invited to participate. A link to the Reference Caucus will be shared closer to the date of the caucus through the Synod's weekly, RC Weekly, and the Synod website. Unlike previous years, the proposed assembly rules will not create space for submission of late resolutions. Rather, we invite the people of the Synod to join us using the process I've described in this video to have a meaningful and informed engagement with resolutions brought before the Assembly. Together, we can all work ahead to ensure that by the time we gather on May 6th, everyone has already engaged thoroughly and wisely with the submitted resolutions.